Transcendental Meditation, TM, is a very simple, natural, effortless mental procedure which allows the conscious mind to settle down. The thinking mind settles down to a state of transcendence, where it means we go beyond thinking to the very source of thinking, which is the area of unbounded, pure wakefulness, pure consciousness. Transcendental meditation, which was brought to the West out of the Himalayas by Maharishi in the 50s, has now been practiced by some 10 million people worldwide. In virtually every country, Transcendental Meditation centers exist where certified teachers make the technique available.
You have done some teaching at corporations. How is this used in business?
I've taught in many companies, largely in India. I've taught in a lot of the IT companies. My cell phone is a Motorola product, and I taught several courses to Motorola executives and computer scientists and software developers. And just to give you an example, these software engineers would tell me that they are able to, with the more settled, expanded awareness that they get from Transcendental Meditation, what used to take them 3 hours, now maybe in 15 minutes, they get an insight and they're able to accomplish it. So we're doing less and accomplishing more through this technique. Because the technique, aside from being simply a mental technique, it provides profound rest to the entire organism. The body gets a rest in many senses much deeper than the deepest point of full night's sleep. And this relieves the deep-rooted stresses of the organism and makes the person more energetic and more resistant to disease. If there is some physical problem, we know that hospitals are built to give people rest. This is a technique for deeper rest, and consequently, the scientific research has shown that medical utilization, hospitalization, and medical care is reduced by about 50% in people who've been practicing Transcendental Meditation. So it's a tremendous health modality because it's giving people what their body is craving. You know, we're in an epidemic of stress. Stress has been called workplace stress has been called the black plague of the current age. And Transcendental Meditation is simply our body's innate mechanism for experiencing the physiological state, which is exactly the opposite of the stress response. I would tell you one thing that as a TM teacher has impressed me working with these companies is that the teaching is done over 4 days. The first day I meet with I or any of the qualified certified TM teachers meets individually with the student, and in a period of about an hour and a half, we give them personal instructions, and then they go home and they practice the technique on their own. And then they come the next 3 days to group meetings with all the individuals who had learned on that individual day of instruction. And on that fourth day of the course, I always ask the same question. How many of you find that within these 4 days, you are feeling less tired? And virtually every hand goes up. This is an amazing thing. I mean, think if you had a pill that could make everybody feel more rested and energetic in just 4 days, everybody would want that pill. Well, you know what? We've got that thing, and it doesn't have the side effects that many pills have. It only has side benefits. It will make your employees more productive. It'll make them healthier. It will make them more creative and all that. But as an employer, I'm sure that in your quiet moments at least, you're thinking, I want my bottom line to improve, but I also want the home life of my employees to improve. They're dear to me. And the better they are at home, the better they're going to be at my work. So Transcendental Meditation is a win-win situation. It makes the person more productive on the job, and it makes them happier and more harmonious. Family relations get much more harmonious. We see this over and over and over again. Even with people who come from very dysfunctional families, there is a dramatic improvement. Here in Westchester, at Montrose Veterans Administration, there was a very successful program where veterans who were suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder learned Transcendental Meditation. And within a very short time, within 1 month really, their symptoms dramatically in general were improved dramatically. And the National Institutes of Health have given to date over, I think, some $26 million in research on the health benefits of Transcendental Meditation. So your workers are going to be healthier. The American Heart Association has said that among all the different types of meditation and relaxation techniques, Transcendental Meditation was the only one that showed very significant reduction in high blood pressure, normalization of blood pressure.